The monster showed up just after midnight, as they do. This one was quite regular and punctual too, but shamefully, he cannot scare even a 13-year-old. A cancer-stricken mother, an estranged father, a rich grandma, a bully at school, and a monster grown from the ground make up the life of a 13-year-old boy. A monster who tells stories and then wants his payment in truth, the real one, a truth that is neither black nor white. From the author, who is double Carnegie Medal winner, one of which is for a monster cause. And today, to review the book with us, is Abeer.
Hello, I am Abeer. I'm 12 and a half years old. I'm an avid reader and enjoy reading in my free time. In my holidays, I also work at a bookstore.
Well, that's nice. I'm jealous that you get to be in contact with books that often. Connor screamed until he was hoarse, smashed until his arms were sore, roared until he was nearly falling down with exhaustion. When he finally stopped, he found the monster watching him quietly from outside the wreckage. Connor panted and leaned on the branch to keep himself balanced. Now that, said the monster, is how destruction is properly done. And suddenly, they were back in Connor's grandma's sitting room. Connor saw that he had destroyed almost every inch of it. Did you enjoy that destruction?
Personally, I don't like to be the one causing destruction, but I really enjoy watching it. It's so satisfying to watch things shatter and break. I loved to imagine the part of Connor and the monster breaking the pastor's house.
Yes, there is something enjoyable and satisfying about watching something break. Connor wants to become invisible, but he had wished for worse. He didn't like invisible, did he?
Connor is not actually invisible, but everybody treats him like he is because because they're used to not seeing him. Connor does not really like being invisible because his invisibility is a reminder that his mom doesn't have much time left.
It's not a very pleasant experience for anyone to go through. The monster stories are against the established norm of looking at things in just black or white. Which is your favorite story?
My personal favorite story was the first one about the witch, the prince, and his lover because it had the most content and it had a huge twist in the end which nobody would have expected.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming either. But my personal favorite still remains the second one. You put him in hospital, Connor, she said. You broke his arm, his nose, and I'll bet his teeth are never going to look that pretty again. That monster of a beating of Harry felt good. Did it feel that way to you too?
When Connor was beating up Harry, I felt a complicated emotion. It is good that Connor was standing up for himself, which made me feel happy. But it is sad that Connor had to respond to the bullying that he suffered with physical abuse.
Now do tell me, Abeer, how has your Bookbibuli experience been?
Bookbibuli is a wonderful platform for kids like me to understand the views of other children about your favorite books. And it organizes amazing book clubs for you to understand more about your books.
Well, that's quite nice of you to say so, Abeer. Have you watched the movie? What did it miss?
Yes, I watched the movie. The movie didn't show any of the remainders of the tree to prove the visits were not a dream, to prove that his visits were not a dream. Because in the book it says that Connor woke up and noticed a lot of leaves and branches in his room. but the movie does not show that.
Huh, I hadn't noticed that, although it has been quite a while since I saw the movie. How does a young boy live through the terminal illness of his mother? How does he handle the bully at school? How everyone walks around him on eggshells? How difficult can it be to accept the truth? You have to appreciate the lucidity of the storytelling. The story just flows on paper, and the pages keep turning. A very simple story of few characters, about the life of a young boy, one who has to prepare himself for the next phase, without parents. A Monster Calls is the story of a 13-year-old boy who has a deeply stricken mother. A story which has 4 stories told by a monster. A monster who wants nothing but the truth, the absolute truth. A truth which is so difficult to say, let alone accept. An acceptance which is the essence of a human being. It's human to be. The book was written in 2011. Already a motion picture by the same name. Belongs to dark fantasy, the film. Patrick Ness is a British-American author, journalist, lecturer, and screenwriter. He moved from the United States to London and holds dual citizenship. He is best known for his books for young adults, including Chaos Walking Trilogy and A Monster Calls. Ness won the annual Carnegie Medal in 2011 and in 2012 for Monsters of Men and A Monster Calls. He is one of 7 writers to win 2 medals and the second to win it consecutively. Now it's time for Bookbibuli Read Reco. For the language competency, a 5 will do. The language is easy to read, making reading involuntary as a fact. Comprehension of the book will need a bit of a mature mind. The child should have a reading speed of 100 pages per day and expect the book to be in the read category within 2 days. The child has to have the ability to handle the dark emotions involved with death. A teen grade complex storyline expected to comprehend multiple stories on different timelines. A logical next if it has predecessors in The Graveyard Book, Coraline, Wonder, and a worthy successor in Monsters of Men by the same author. After one is finished reading, one will be wiser in understanding the human, with acceptance that this animal is a complicated one. The book is educative on handling of emotions, relationships, and peers. A short book which stays with you for a long time. So happy reading!